Here we go. Good morning. Now this one is interesting. I showed you guys, if you go back and look at the crane counterweight, one of those vertical, that was pretty extreme. I mean, there's worse loads out there. Not saying it's the scariest one there is, but just, you know. But then I go from one extreme to the other. The whole load only probably weighs maybe 4,000 pounds if I'm lucky. And these are bent hoods. So they got huge pallets. And we're going to talk about it because you can't go over the top of anything. Those are lifting eyes, but couldn't change them because then you'd buckle the sides. The manufacturer happened to be there at the storage facility, one of the representatives, and said, this is where you hook up. I don't know if you guys can see it good, but that's the whole thing. There was a bolted piece with a bar. You should throw your strap there. So some of the special considerations that I had to look at was when I got a hold of it, the pallet was pretty loose, kind of beat up, and most of these were popped because they're lifting from the center. It bows everything, it lifts the board. When they set it back down, it goes from bow to flat, and then I had to nail all these down. Now I carried carpenter nails, so I put some in there, trying to keep it down. You know, it's good and tight. But the whole thing is, I'll show you on the other side, there's some bars, other pieces of the load that have to have something over it. So that's why I configured a way to cover multiple different angles with a little 2-inch strap. I did a 4 back here. It's kind of on an angle. It's kind of weird, but you know, they look like inside. Now you can see the bars over there. So, you know, this pallet's not in that great a shape. There was a little bit of damage here and there. Same thing with the bar up there on all the points. So we'll just kind of walk around. Now this one got a little bit loose. I'll give that a snug after a bit. I'm just waking up. I rolled yesterday. It was storming like crazy. The deck is still wet here. So, yeah, it was just pouring. Constant pouring, like a monsoon. I don't know. I just had enough of that day. I hadn't had a lot of really good restful sleep, and I didn't feel safe, so I pulled over. I stayed for the rest of the day. That's the way it is. I had to go 550 miles, big whoopie-doo, by Monday. So I got plenty of time. So as we look at some of these, you know, these bars, they are bolted in, so they got lag bolts into the wood, but to be legal and safe, I'm still going to put something over there. Let's take a look on the inside. As you can kind of see, it's pretty cool, huh? Some a beach party in there or something. And they're tall, but you know, and it was like they had 40 some in storage. The plant facility was not completed yet, where these go on the roof for the AC ventilation shaft systems or something like that, but they just weren't completed yet, so they kind of hang out. So I've got everything over the edge, just kind of pulling it down, make sure these guys are down, and they're all good. I mean, you have to watch out, you know. I always turn the nail over, put it on something like steel, and divot, flatten the end of the nail so it doesn't. It's an old carpenter trick. I mentioned that before. So it doesn't split the wood, because these short pieces of pine, it'll just ding them. Some of them were already split when I got a hold of it, and I just did my best to kind of add. I think that's up here, and I'll show you. And it's not too bad. It is an interesting load, but I had to move the bar, and I use my leverage bar back and forth, just get the right leverage, and you can move. I use a Gorilla bar. It has a curved hook end where I can kind of get a little bit of leverage, and I can go against something like this or close to it, so it moves it, and I put my buckles in, and you know, and then move it back. It was a lot of finagling, but you know, it didn't matter. It was all good. I had plenty of time. This was one of those instances where I had the board had already split. There's the nail, so I just took that piece and put another nail with it to kind of help, because see, it kind of moved away a little bit from where everything was squared away. Oh, I got a little divot there. Okay, it should be about it. I just wanted to show you this one. This is, you know, it was a good pair. It wasn't a long load, but it doesn't matter. It's enough to get me where I need to go. Hopefully I won't get a hurricane done. I was going down to South Carolina, and I didn't mind doing it. I had an agent call me at 10 o'clock at night and advised me of this load, and I had already pre-committed with another agent, so I told him as long as I go in order of commitment, and I did that. Contacted the other one that I talked to first. Nothing, so I went back to this agent and said, well, here we are. Hook me up. Small dead head, and they loaded in minutes. It was amazing. So it's really cool for a vent hood load like this. I must have to start replacing some of my 2-inch straps. That divot, get a little much. I'm starting to run out of them. That's a 40-foot bottom, a 41 bottom, so everybody knows. And you know, there's plenty of space to work with. There's no issue. So hope you guys like it. It's just something new and different. You know, I try to keep it mixed up. I'll get them added as I can. Being on the road and being able to work on that stuff too just take a bit. So hope you enjoy them. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you on the road.